And we are streaming. Hello, welcome to F1 Manager 22. This is the second season, and we have a few changes. If you weren't around for the last episode, we have replaced. Where is he? I know he's on the grid somewhere. We've replaced Kevin Magnussen, who's now in the AlphaTauri, and we have got Dennis Hauger, who is a Formula F3 champion and is about on Schumacher's pace. By the way, practice is still going as well as it ever has. That being said, I think we are in a better position. I don't think we're in a good position. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, into qualifying. So the first actual time to work out exactly where we are in terms of pace. So let's see.
Ready to check.
We shall send Schumacher out immediately, and we will send Hauger out 2-3 seconds back. All right. Also said, don't worry about it. You can get it back. Minus 17 isn't the end of the world. It's recoverable. Alright, so we initially lapped in the 121s. We are immediately beaten by Bottas, although, to be fair, the Alfa Romeo seem to be quite a fast team at the moment. But the good news is, our two drivers are about on the same pace, which is encouraging. We're going to stick on the same tyre compound because I think we should be okay through the first sting, and if it turns out these times are not good, we can come back. 6/10 off of Verstappen, this is acceptable. I was hoping to be a bit further up the grid, but what can you do? Yes, a few interesting driver changes. Alonso has gone to AlphaTauri.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Stroll has decided to leave the team that his father owns. Tears to red fires, meaning, yeah. Okay, I think we're safe then, at least for this round. And honestly, if we can go 8th, 10th, that isn't the end of the world. Also, that's only 0.03 of a second, and also we should be ahead of Magnussen. Just because that is our goal, be ahead of Magnussen. But looks like we're in a straight fight with the AlphaTauris at the moment. Okay, Schumacher, Hauger. Indeed, you will do better.
That sounds like someone
Just
gone wide
don't
there.
panic. Lost position for Schumacher, but we'll see. Hauger's not improving.
I think someone's run wide.
Yeah, Hauger didn't improve that second run. Admittedly, we were on scrub tyres, but 11th and 12th out of session 1. So, some pace still defined based on this. Apparently, the high-speed cornering is going to be a bit of a problem. Dear. Indeed. I mean, it wasn't, but yes, it was the practice match. Get the nerves out. Be better later. It's all good. Okay. Let's then go straight to quality 2.
Ready to check, Jeff? Can you hear me?
Also, apparently they didn't get Dennis Hauger to record any lines for this because most of his audio seems to be blanked. Alright. We'll do the initial run and we'll actually... We'll do an onboard... Well, actually, we might as well do an onboard now, actually, once we get to the start of a lap. And, of course, we will go with Schumacher and Busy's there. Alright. Bahrain. I actually kind of like this circuit in a lot of ways, although I do actually kind of like the oval track they made, or the oval variant of it they did one year. But still, it's a reasonably good, skillful track, and has a lot of sections I like. There is a car I might get in the way. Dennis Hauger is the Formula 3 champion from a couple of years back. He's currently in F2. So yeah, he's a real person. I don't think there are any unofficial people in this at the moment. I mean, what's the point of having an official license game with all of the F1, 2, 3 licenses if you're not going to use those drivers? Are you going to get in our way? I don't think you are, actually. I think we'll get away with that. Alright, our time is then a 1:31.2, Hauger 2000. Yeah, it's nice to have both our drivers on the same pace. But jeez, the Alfa Romeos are better than us somehow. Given we went for a mass development push, it's depressing that we haven't really gone up the grid at all. But what can you do? Right, we will go to new boots because we might need that extra bit of pace. And let's see what the leaders lap in. Yeah, 8 tenths down, and that pushes us into there or thereabouts. Alonso can get faster than us, Russell can get faster than us, Magnussen can get faster than us. We will need another run. What we need right now is a yellow flag or something that's going to cause a problem. I mean, I'm not sure that's necessarily the case, because if we consider this, Magnussen was about 4 tenths quicker than Schumacher, so... I mean, actually, 4 tenths would do us a lot right now. That might be the problem. Still, we get more money for development, so... Sometimes you get sound lows, indeed. Alright, this is important. We missed. Double elimination. That is... Jeez. Okay. That's depressing. Also means we've missed out on our targets.
The time has come for these drivers to fight it out.
So if we're not even competing for points, this is a real problem here. Yes, I've already got both penalties, although not a lot one. Yep. Okay. Position gain then. We're going to have both drivers gain 2 positions. That is our goal. Double points. Still doable. Call by 10 for higher for both drivers. Apparently that's achieved. And since we're kind of predicting this anyway, we're going to adjust this to a finished position. Oh, I've already set that one in. Okay. It's fine. Both drivers can gain 2 positions. This is fine. We can win on strategy. Arguably. Once we work out what the strategy should be. So what are people doing? They're doing 2 stops. Softs onto hard mediums or... Okay. Fine. Let's see. We'll definitely split this off. So I think we'll have one of them do the main strategy and then just see if we can make things work. So that is the best. That's the best according to this. If we pop in a lap or 2 earlier, take advantage of some undercut shenanigans. Yes, I can't really push on the tyres for very long, but I think this is better. So we come in a bit earlier. We get onto the newer tyres faster. And in fact, that would actually be worth splitting these off here, going medium into hard. Then we can push the stint at the end as well, which is quite nice. It reckons this is fractionally faster, although I can't for the life of me work out why. Oh, softs rather than mediums. But honestly, I think this is a more reliable one, so we're gonna go for this. Just fast tires all the way through. Next up, we're going to do something a little unconventional with you, I think. So we're going to go and try and see if we can make a one-stop work. The problem is, Hauger's main weakness is that he doesn't have great tire preservation abilities. But I think that should be how we do this, in truth. Wow, this is just massively quicker. Okay. Yeah, if his tire wear was better, I might be able to go into a one-stop here, and it could be an option with Schumacher, but... Alright, let's add a comparative. So Schumacher with superior tire wear, can he do a one-stop? Not easily. Not easily at all, but he could do it. I mean, honestly, that seems hugely faster. The question's going to be if Schumacher can stay with the pack during this initial phase, and if he can, then just whether things work out in his favour here. A safety car or something would help. All right, we're gonna gamble on the one stop with Schumacher. Hauger can do his the more traditional strategy here. We will take a lap of fuel out of both cars. And obviously doing the whole overtake thing at the start. Okay. Eyes forward, let's see what happens.
With the skies mostly clear, tonight's race shouldn't hold any unpleasant surprises.
I mean, it is the middle of the
It's
desert, so...
Schumacher there.
Yeah, okay.
This is it. The Bahrain Grand Prix.
Season 2, let's go.
And it's lights out.
We are fast in a
and
straight
away
line,
we
we are
go.
fast in acceleration. We should get some good starts out of that, presumably. But are we going to beat Magnussen, which ultimately is our main goal, I guess?
So we keep focusing on the pace.
That's a good overtake from LP.
Yep, need to stay with the front two cars here. Let's quickly go and remove that. And okay. So say we're fast in a straight line, but the problem is all these high-speed corners is a problem. So currently, Schumacher 11th, Hauger 12th. We haven't lost or gained any positions. And everything is still more or less where we left it. Okay. Obviously no DRS for right now. And yep, our straight line speed is impressive. So that's going to help us a little bit. It's going to give us protection on defense and also just allow us to slowly grind in when it's not DRS positions here. Hauger should be faster than Schumacher right now, so I think we might actually do the thing here and just let Hauger through. Indeed. It's unfortunately something I have to live with. There probably is a way for me to adjust it, but that's just the way it works. Either that or I just don't have the chat on the screen. Space is not a premium in this game anyway, which is a problem I've had for a lot of it. I could just move my webcam slightly up and then be in the middle there. But hey. Alright. So, Hauger then trying to fight back here. There is a yellow flag. DRS enabled. Season 2, Hauger ahead of Schumacher, but he's on the pace. He's on the strategy advantage here. Our car is maybe faster, but obviously I don't have. What's happened here? The game has decided to throw a wobbler. Okay, there we go. Neutral, neutral. It didn't like us getting past Alonso. That's what happened. Alright, Hauger ahead of Alonso. So we've got a bit of a split strategy here.
Okay, that's good, very good.
Hauger doing the more traditional 2-stop, Schumacher doing a slow 1-stop.
New race position for Haas.
But Hauger is as quick as Schumacher. Take what you want from that. There were 0.02 of a second away in qualifying. But Hauger has the problem that he tends to chew through his tyres at a rate of knots. Also, Alfa Romeo are apparently championship contenders this year.
I think we've had a car run wide.
But anyway, Magnussen's our main objective here. We are faster straight line. We have good DRS. I think this should be good for us here. Alright, yeah, anyway. Good luck, sir. Best of luck. Problem is, this circuit has a lot of high-speed cornering shenanigans, so that's where our car's weak, and that's where we're going to have to focus for the rest of our development now. But if we're close enough, Hauger can definitely move forward. We can definitely jump all of these. The Mercedes are not quick at the moment, comparatively. Our main thing is we're just hoping that Schumacher's in contention, so we save time by doing one less pit stop, and yeah, stuff happens. Anyway, DRS drains. Okay, Magnussen ahead of Russell. We need to follow him through if we can. Down the second DRS straight. Doesn't seem like we're able to do that. Here's a weird thing that doesn't quite scan for me. Vettel in the car that Bottas has taken to P3 is in P16. I have opinions about both drivers. I don't think that's necessarily a fair reflection of the actual skill difference. Alright, can we get past Russell? No, but Magnussen can. If we were 4 tenths of a lap fast, 4 tenths of a second a lap faster, that's where we could be. But it's fine. We'll draw him back. In theory, we'll have more money for part development actually, because we won't have to pay Magnussen's ridiculous salary. Just Schumacher's ridiculous salary in retrospect. Oh, we've gone 3 wide into this. Are we going to make it? Oh, that would have been a dive. It would have been fun, but that would have been a dive. Straight through on Magnussen. That's awesome. He improves. I mean, he hasn't spun out yet. We've had one incident, which technically happened in practice. Wasn't our fault, but did mean that Schumacher had a replacement front wing. But that wasn't our fault. That was another driver that sort of crashed into us. But as of yet, no instance. 7 laps into the main race. Yeah, I don't think these Mercedes are very quick in a straight line, which is good for us, because that means we should be able to get past them. Whether we can stay past them is a good question, because we don't have the raw pace in the high-speed corners, but they're definitely struggling to get past us, which is encouraging. Admittingly, Mick didn't work out for Mick, but...
Okay, understood.
Where are you, Mick? What happened? Can you go back onto the track and drive now? Can you go back onto the track and drive? I hate this part of the game a lot more than, you know... Just think, let's wait for all the cars to go past. There's plenty of space. I'm not interfering with anybody's race, but, fine. Well, that one stop has got to be amazing. And for some reason, I don't think it will be. But anyway, that's 1. Hauger has exactly the same control level, so he's just as likely to spin out as Schumacher. Unfortunately. But I mean, Schumacher can make up the pace. I think that's doable. And if we get past Hamilton, we should be able to get past Russell fairly easily because he doesn't have DRS assistance. Oh, what did I just say? Oh, I hate this game. I hate this game.
Oh, big lock up there.
So one each. Alright, we're not going to have a problem getting past Vettel again. He doesn't have DRS assistance, and we are mighty in a straight line. So now it's just a case of catching up with the DRS train again, being on the back of it, and then working our way through the grid yet again. Problem is, our tyres are not amazing. Oh, come on! It's not even funny anymore. Sorry, somewhere I was trying to find out where its actual stats are, because I think we do have this as a thing. But not accessible right now. Alright, that's 2. Yeah, a control stat of 85 currently. 85 out of 100 is what they're currently using to justify whether or not they spin out. Or have mistakes or whatever. Alright, well, let's just go.
They've gone wide. Looks like Aston Martin have just...
I am very close to being done with this game. Just saying.
Very good job.
No, it's not.
Haas with an overtake. And a new position just gained by Williams.
Well, I mean, I can do nothing on the strategy front to help Hauger out. Schumacher is doing his own thing, but...
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
You know, I'd almost be tempted to restart the race if I thought it would make a difference.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Well, Schumacher's through to 18th, so... I mean, this is showing that Schumacher's strategy has some legs. But that's 7 seconds because we can't clear these darn Alfa Romeos. Alright, well, the pit stops have begun. And we're just going to do it now because I think, honestly, we need to. Also, I'm fairly certain we still have the slowest bloody pit crew of anybody. Alright, 3.3. It's not any worse than it has been. Okay. Off we go then. So Schumacher P14, again, we're just trying to do a one stop, save us one extra pit stop. That might get us back into the points if we consider where Sainz is. I think we punted him off. I'm okay with this.
Seems to have been a lockup.
Okay, let's keep going. Gonna go light with Schumacher here, just to try and ease off a little bit. Try and buy us a little bit more of a window into the next stint. Although actually, can we really do that with Alonso right behind us? Who knows? Probably we can't. We're gonna have to use Alonso's pace. Well, just checking what other people have done. Now, we're getting a straight line, but I don't think we're keeping Alonso behind us. We should hopefully be able to stick with him for a while, but... Alright, so making to 9th on the one stop at the moment. And obviously there's going to be a bit of an overlap with the things. That is a good lunge into the corner, and we retake 8th position. Problem is we're going to have to go easy on these hards when we get onto them, so the later we can do it, the better that's going to be for us, but... Okay. Through goes Alonso. Are we sticking with him, though? And where are we once everybody sorts themselves out? It's also not showing our wing animation, which is a little awkward. Still. There or thereabouts, and we're sticking with Alonso. The longer we stick with Alonso, the better this is going to be for our one-stop strategy to work. In fact, we're just going to get past him here. Maybe. Maybe? No, we didn't. Okay, that might have hurt us, actually. Alonso closing the door, just preventing us from staying with him. That's the DRS line, so we do have that coming into this. Hauger gets past Joe. Hauger currently in P16. But he's on the same strategy as everybody else here. Yes, a straight line and a tire advantage work. Oh wow, that's just that was fairly mighty from Ocon.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
Still, the fuel load's in our favour. A cheap pit stop now would be pretty good if we could get one. But that's our only real hope of points now. And then we're on to development path hell and just trying to confirm these drivers stay on the bloody track. Alright. Have DRS. Are we going to stay ahead of the Mercedes? We are, just about.
Haas with an overtake.
Pit window opening in 1 lap's time. But, again, we're keeping pace with the cars ahead of us. They're using tyre life. We're not. Ocon's on the mediums, which is why he might be having a better time of it. Let's go aggressive with Schumacher here. Just trying to make sure we stay within DRS windows. Very aggressive inside line here, swiping in front of Hamilton. Good. I could approve. Alright. And we're still on the back of Ocon. Ocon Alonso. I mean, it's not as if we're losing any time here, effectively, because we're not going to be able to do anything about the Ocon Gasly pair. But this is helping our sort of fight for 8th.
New race position for Haas.
Yellow in sector 2. Is there anything that bothers us?
They've locked up and gone
Bottas.
straight on.
I mean, it puts Bottas a bit closer to us, but doesn't actually affect our race all that much. And yeah, I think that is the time.
Mercedes moved up a place.
But 2 more laps of this, and then we have our pit stop chance. And that is another lockup.
Looks like there's been a lockup.
I mean, Magnussen, as far as I'm aware, hasn't had this happen once to him. The driver ran wide as well there, so just... What calculation is it making? And again.
Haas with an overtake there. A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Copy. Box is left.
Okay, in we go. 3.3 second stop, and now it is just the case of getting to the end on these tyres. So we've rolled the dice, and that's all I can do in terms of strategy here. Meanwhile, Hauger is in no man's land. 7 seconds behind Ricciardo, continually fighting with Zhou, who presumably keeps getting past him, which is why we have to... which is why we can't move forward. Yellow in sector 1.
Was that a lockup on the track?
I think Bono's locking up a few times is probably okay, but... Jeez. Yeah, it just feels these incidents happening far too often. Yeah, Hauger's actually not closing in on Vettel. Well, that time's 1:39.1. And Schumacher doing 39.0. So, I mean, it makes sense that Schumacher's going a bit faster than Hauger, but still.
2 cars out.
Okay, that's almost certainly helped us. What's happened from this, though?
There's contact. It's chaos on the track. Let's see what happened there. Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
I mean, I'm never going to complain at a Mercedes crashing out. Ooh. Yep, that looks fun. Ocon getting a penalty as well. But apparently they kept going. Again, no man's land. Hey there, this is our new and improved car and season and drivers. As you can see, it's going amazingly well. I think we've had 5 incidents thus far with our drivers spinning.
Looks like
To be fair, Schumacher's on the ultimate strategy. He's actually in an okay position, except for the fact that Albon's ahead of him. And really shouldn't be, given that we got relative straight line speed advantages. Hauger, unfortunately, decided to give up a good position, and that's just where we are at the moment.
Haas with an overtake.
You see, if you could have done that a little earlier, we might have actually been in business. Oh well.
That's a new race position for Haas.
I assume Ocon's also on hards to the end. Oh no, just on hards. And for Hamilton not actually crashing out of the race despite that impact, that's actually kind of annoying in a few ways. Still. Could be worse. Yeah, honestly, even after a pit stop, I don't think Schumacher's going to be close enough. And on the wrong tyres. So, okay, the one stop's not worked. The two stops not likely to work either, but, you know. Oh, spin on time.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. Haas with an overtake there.
Well, that's Hamilton that's now pitted behind Hauger, so let's actually go and observe this a little bit here. So I assume he's now on medium. Yeah, he's on mediums to the end. And again, if we could use his pace, that might help us out a little bit, but we're a pit stop behind him. Yeah, say on one tires we were not keeping Schumacher, we were not keeping Hamilton behind. The question now is, of course, can we just DRS him? But actually, he had DRS down that straight and just pulled out a second, 1.3 seconds. So yeah, we're not fast enough to make a difference on that basis. One lap away from our pit window. Let's just buzz this on and see if anything can change.
Alpine just advanced. Is that a lockup? That's a good.
Well, Schumacher's going to beat Hauger at the moment. That's the only plus point I can see of all of this, I guess. Alright, pit stop opens. Let's get on you onto mediums.
Box, 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 box.
And then it's just the Schumacher Ocon back and forth. Yeah, we're just too far behind even for this extra pit stop to make any difference. So, yeah, we're finishing 15th, 16th. No basic rewards out of this one. This has been terrible. Schumacher's not even able to keep up with Ocon anymore. And again, part of that is because we have to go easy on the tyres, but yeah.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think we just want to end this race. Let's be honest about this. Alright. Actually, where's the tyring comparison here? We got some margin. Let's go standard with Schumacher. I think it'll be fine. It won't make a difference for points or whatever else, but still.
Seems to have been a lockup.
I think we learned the one thing that we should have learned a while back. One stop doesn't work. Really doesn't work.
been a lockup.
Well, if not for spins, we might have earned some points out of that, but that is a really, really stupid result, and how dare you clap that performance. Alright. Development point earned. Fittipaldi doesn't get anything. Alright. Well, we have 3.4 million, and that's going to buy us some development parts, which we badly need. But yes, difficult race. Okay. So front wing was always going to have to be what we had to focus on here. I have a slight breakdown of what I wanted to do with this, but let's see. So we go 3.2 just to get that small benefit there, and let's go for $36 because of the wind tunnel adjustment there. Okay. So clearly low speed cornering is not something that actually matters in truth. So we're going to go medium high and then focus everything else down. So we lose a little bit of brake cooling, but actually I think that might even be worth the trade here. Although that doesn't affect us too much. So we'll do that. Where's it roughly position us then? So it puts us to second in medium speed cornering, which I suppose is something. 70 days though. Well, we're going to rush it. 1.4 million. Let's go. And then a design here. So we've got the underfloor currently being worked on. Let's also go for suspension as well. I know we just had one, but it didn't really improve things by that much, so we shall see. We'll go for 1 and we'll go for 16 just to try and save us a little bit of development later. And again, I think maybe this doesn't officially matter, but we want the more high speed. As long as we're getting gradual improvements on the other bits, I'm more than happy to just sacrifice a little bit just to try and keep things going. Go with something like that. Alright, 4 engineers, and again, we're going to go for a greatly improving all other suspension projects. Might be relevant, but I think we'll rush it because, again, small improvements are probably going to be worthwhile. Right, meanwhile, we did get an upgraded suspension, but it really doesn't give us that much, arguably. 4 days for the next one. So we can emergency rush these out for $500,000 and just give ourselves an extra slight boost to the low speed cornering and also top speed. Might be worth it. Gonna say let's go for it anyway. I've got spare money and not a lot else to do with it, so yeah. Let's just take the parts here. So it's a slight upgrade by doing this. But still, we got problems. Especially as these are not areas that really help our car out a great deal. So parts development, current projects. So underfloor as well. Which, to be fair, was also focused on high-speed cornering. So in theory, we are recovering our issues to a certain extent here. When's the next period actually for this? Car parts development. No design slots available. I don't think I can improve any of the things now. Well, we'll go with it. The front wing is the main one, in truth. And for you... let's go for an accuracy increase. I mean, even debating on this, if the accuracy and control is the thing that matters, but, you know, it's just... oh dear. Alright, boardroom refurb. Can't refurbish any of those at the moment. No much point in upgrading that. Operations facilities are exactly where we got them for the right now. Okay, a circuit that almost certainly is not going to suit us. I'm going to call that a stream here because, again, I'm slightly annoyed with everything, and we'll I'll be back probably later today for some RPG Maker shenanigans. We'll see. Catch you later.